call. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Hey, it could be danger up in this club. When we get started and we ain't.
Hey guys, welcome back. Orb Bomb here, bringing you another episode of our ARG live tournament. Today we are doing round 4, the final round before the semifinals. So, because we are going to go to top 4 instead of top 8 at this tournament today, just because there wasn't that many people. There was like 20 people, I think. So that's going to be a tournament. But before I begin to continue with this, I just want to make a couple announcements saying that I have the regular content coming up soon. I do have another episode going up today. This is going to be a free-for-all, and then tomorrow should be another live PTCGO live with maybe an ARG video. If not, the ARG video will go up the next day. I do have a competitive analysis video coming up soon as well. But looks like they have begun. We have to the left here Jerome Spear, who's going 2-1 right now. He's piloting a Rainbow Road deck, and he led Joltik, which is an excellent lead for Rainbow Road deck because it does have that free retreat. He looks like he played a Trader Mail and failed it, I believe, unless he got a card like a rainbow, like an N or something off it, and I just didn't notice. And his opponent is actually, let me find the name real quick, Allison Brown, another great friend of mine. She's going 1-2, so she needs this win if she wants a chance to be at the top 8, just to get like the awesome mat and stuff like that. Jerome's going to attach to the Joltik and Sycamore. Interesting play attaching to that Joltik, but what can I say? Maybe he plays experience shares and he wants to attach it to a future Xerneas. But Allison's actually playing Vileplume, LYCANROC, and obviously the cards are a little bit in glare right now. Unfortunately, I did hear you guys' comments. I am going to fix how everything looks for future live battles where there's better lighting and stuff like that. This is more of a test run. Plus, a lot of you guys are enjoying it too. So thank you guys all for supporting by dropping likes and stuff. And if you haven't already, go ahead and drop a like. I do give away winners to people that like and comment. I do give people on PTCGO some packs, 2 Roaring Skies, 2 Sun and Moon. If this video hits 25 likes, we do give it to 5 people. So if you haven't dropped a like already, go ahead and do that. It's really appreciated. But he's going to attach a belt to the Xerneas and pass. Allison over here has the Forest, got that Lava Ball, probably digging for an Oddish right now, or maybe a second LYCANROC, or Rockruff. She got the Oddish though. Ignore the big yawn. Whew, I'm tired. Oddish is here. Hopefully she can get a backup attacker and another Rockruff just in case, because she needs to have a couple backup attackers because Xerneas can get off if you land Max Elixirs and stuff like that. Max Elixir plus DC attachment means a turn 1 attacking Xerneas, and you don't really need that much to knock out a Rockruff, to be honest. Two different types of Pokemon, all you need. It looks like she's playing an N though. Maybe she can get some good stuff off the end. She'd evolve to Gloom first though. Hopefully she gets a Floatstone. She needs that Floatstone before she evolves to Vileplume. I mean, she can obviously evolve to Vileplume without the Floatstone, but it does become a little bit more risky because Lysander baiting is so easy. I mean, Lysandering out that card is going to be super easy for Jerome to do because it does have a 3 retreat cost. And I'm assuming she does not play DCEs because it is a LYCANROC deck. LYCANROC does take 2 fighting and a colorless energy to do its attacks. So maybe she does. Maybe she plays Olympias though. I don't know. But she does attach a weakness policy to the LYCANROC. Big surprise there, because your opponent's not using grass type Pokemon, so I would assume that you'd preserve in your hand, right? So that you can maybe Ultra Ball for it later. Maybe she has a Shaman in hand and she wants to wait. Like maybe she wants to play down Shaman, so she's trying to put down as many cards as possible. That could also be a play. I mean, you do play a lot of digging in a deck like this. She does evolve to Vileplume without a Floatstone. It's very risky, but I can understand wanting to have a turn 1 knockout. But obviously weakness will knock out that Joltik. So Joltik is gone. She gets a prize. But if Jerome really wanted to, he could always Lysander out the Vileplume. Give him a little bit more time to set up, because his opponent is going to have a hard time switching out the Vileplume. Maybe she has an Olympia in hand and she was ready. But he plays on a Skyfield, puts a Fairy Energy on the Xerneas, and let's see what else he can do. Plays on Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet's a really good way to counter Vileplume, give you all the items in the world, but He touched a fairy energy over a DCE, which means that he can't retreat because I believe Xerneas has a 2 retreat cost. So unless he can't play down Stadium either, so no Fairy Garden because he played down Skyfield this turn. Unless he has an Olympia as well. Looks like he is just going to pass. The looks of it. Is he going to pass? Oh, I thought he was. Okay, never mind then. Because he's still thinking about his plays, what he can do, what he can't do. I think he's considering playing an N, but he likes his hand too much maybe. Maybe he has a DCE in hand and he doesn't want to play the N yet. But it looks like she was real quick to play the N herself. So if he did have a DCE, it is gone now. Let's see what she can do here. I don't know what exactly Allison can do. I believe she's digging for another Rockruff though. She knows that it's risky having only one Rockruff on the field. She wants to make sure she has another one just so she can attack with that. But the Rockruff does have a strong energy attached, which means it becomes a Lycanroc and attaches another energy. The Lycanroc can start using Crunch and getting rid of all of the energies off of the Xerneas. I like this idea of Lycanroc Vileplume. It's a very, very interesting idea. She does get the Lycanroc though, which means it becomes a lot harder for Jerome to knock it out. Because without his items, it's going to be really difficult for him to get things like Koopa to set up his field and stuff. I might have to build this deck on the channel though. Lycanroc, it's been a bit. Lycanroc Plume. I'm just writing down, putting on my notes. I haven't played Rainbow Road on the channel for a bit either. He does get the double colors energy as well as Volcanion, which is kind of huge because that gives him 2 types. And a Genesect? Is that a Genesect? I believe that's a Genesect, so she now has 4 types on the field, so that is hitting for 110, 130 with the belt, 140 with the extra 10 damage. Alright, writing down some deck ideas to put on the channel because I was just thinking of a couple. And another Xerneas, so that is 5 types. Meaning that it's not a knockout yet, but it is big damage on this Lycanroc, meaning that Allison does need to get rid of DCEs, but she's a little bit behind now because now if he has another DC in the hand, then he can just attach it and knock out next turn. He's going to team Flare Grunt though. That's huge. Now does she have an energy? She needs an energy if she wants to get rid of both of the energies. And it doesn't look like she has one, so she's just going to have to pass. And he gets another double Carlos energy, just like I was worried about. So that is a knockout on this Lycanroc. And all she has left is a Vileplume in the active, which means the item lock is probably going to be gone soon. She needs to have another Pokemon to put down and really soon. She's going to put down Shaman, draw 2. So she has her Shaman that she put down. She finally got a another Rockruff. But without the Floatstone, that means she's just waiting for this Vileplume to be knocked out. So that she can bring up the Lycanroc again. But once he gets access to his items, she does just pass, and another DCE comes down on the Xerneas. Jerome just has all the momentum right now. He has another Xerneas on the bench, so she has this man has 3 Xerneases down, ready to just start doing the do. And he just does attack to pass, and items are back on the board, which means Allison could try to set up again. Maybe she has a couple Revitalizers that she can use to set up another Vileplume before Jerome gets a chance to use items. She is playing a Trainer Mail here. Now she sees access to items again. Getting a Lysander. Was that a Lysander I saw? Okay, I hope so. Lysander is going to be kind of difficult for her to use unless she can set up a Vileplume the same turn. It's actually a really good play, right? Because you can Lysander out of Volcanion, turn on item lock so they can't retreat easily. She does attach a Floatstone to and 2 Floatstones actually. So she looks like she plays plenty of Floatstones, but she just missed a lot of them earlier in the game. I did apparently zoom out here. I think my camera person zoomed out because she saw that the cards were slightly cut off on the bench. Ultra Ball has been played here. Taking her count. She's getting another Shaman. She is doing her best to set up right now. Try to get back in this game. It is 5-3 right now. It's still like a 7 prize game for both players, but for Allison's a little bit more annoying because Jerome plays only 1 prize attackers to attack. The rest of the Pokemon are on the bench, which obviously she can always Lysander out a couple times, but without VS Seeker and because it's an item block deck, it does become a little bit more difficult to Lysander. Maybe she bumped up the count to 3. I know I'm a big fan of bumping up my count to 3 in item lock. She does play down another Shaman to draw 5 cards, I believe. Yeah, looks like 5. Another Stadium to get rid of the Skyfield, so Force is back up. Let's see if she can get another Vileplume set. Another male has been played. Let's see what she gets off the male. No, nothing. She whiffs the male. Let's see. How is she going to get out of this situation? That is the $1 million question. There's the Revitalizer. But does she have another Floatstone this time? She's getting Oddish and Gloom. Does she have a Vileplume in hand? Is she going to set up the item lock once again? There's the end play. Ooh. So ending his opponent down to 3, as well as having the ability to item lock your opponent, is very, very strong. But she needs to be able to disrupt his opponent a little bit more, because Jerome is very, very set up. All he needs is energies off his draws, or a supporter like a Sycamore or something. He doesn't really need too much to get back into this game. But Allison gets a chance to draw 5 while Jerome draws only 3, so there's that benefit there as well. Let's see. There's a Fighting Energy, but is that really worth it right now? She's going to play Ultra Ball, probably to get the Vileplume finally, but does she have a Floatstone in hand? Because, oh, she gets the LYCANROC. She does evolve this turn. So now Jerome's going to have a little bit more trouble knocking out LYCANROC this turn. But is she going to let this LYCANROC take damage? I suppose so. She just passes, so no item lock for for Jerome. So Jerome gets his items back. He does get the Skyfield. So now I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types. That's enough to knock out this LYCANROC. So I don't think it's going to be pretty difficult for Jerome to lose this, because with the fact that she can knock out this LYCANROC in one hit, as well as the fact that he's not item locked. Now it's a Xerneas Break. That doesn't really change too much, but it's interesting that he plays Xerneas Break. Doesn't really change too much on his side of the field, but there's not much Allison can do here. She needs to it doesn't really matter. She needs to be able to get rid of these energies. And she can get rid of it, like both energies somehow. Maybe she's playing like Tech Hammers or more Team Flare Grunts or something like that. She have a chance to live another turn, maybe. But we're not sure yet, because all Jerome needs is either a Fairy Energy or DCE to reattach, but that's assuming he only loses 1 energy. I don't really see a way that Allison can get rid of both of his energies on his active Xerneas, but it's definitely possible. You never know. People play hammers in their decks randomly. Maybe she plays E-Hammer as well as Team Flare Grunt. We'll see. We'll see if Allison can get out of this situation. He's going to play VS Seeker. Playing it before the item lock can maybe happen. Actually, did he even play supporter yet this turn? I don't think he did. Oh, he plays Hex. So making sure that item lock will not happen. Actually, it doesn't matter. Oh, excuse me. My phone was just buzzing a couple of times. Hex does not matter. All it does is prevent Allison from dropping any more Shamans. And it looks like she's going to scoop up here because she knows she's way behind. And that is going to be the next game. So obviously we're going to have semifinals coming up next, and it's going to be a really intense match. Those are going to be best out of 3, so they're going to be a lot longer videos. So hopefully you guys are hyped about that. Drop a like if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think of these videos, because once again, I'm still trying to work on increasing the quality of all of my content, especially these. I need as much advice as possible just because they're new, and obviously I can't change anything until the next live recording session happens, because obviously these all happen at the same time. But I'm glad you guys have been enjoying them. Go ahead, drop a like if you haven't already, subscribe, share all the good jazz, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.